So hello, it's Wednesday, and Mike and I are back down at the shed. Mike got his clamps, and he has been down here for about the last half hour, drilling holes and trying to mount them in the table. The table's actually a little short, so only 2 of the 4 screws are going to go in, and we're going to have to build some sort of angle bracket that sits off the side to hold it the rest of the way. And as typical for us, the screws and the wrenches we have don't quite fit the requirement, metric, SAE, all of that stuff. So Mike is doing his best to get these things mounted flush, and we'll bolt a couple of those things in, and then we'll get the table clamped up on it and see how that works. So I'll bring you back in a minute. Yeah, so Mike was just saying that to make sure that we don't take credit for this idea, he saw this online and thought, what a great idea, and so we copied it 100%. If I can find the original thing, I'll put a link below to the guy who actually figured this out. But yeah, so that looks pretty good. I think
these are bicycle clamps.
Yeah, they're clamps to hold a bicycle on a workbench so you can work on it. And you just basically lift up this lever to loosen it up, and you can move it around. Or you loosen up these knobs on the side, and that will let the table swivel so you can work top, bottom, sideways, however you want. So that is really pretty neat.
$30 for this piece.
Yeah, so $60 for 2 of them?
Yeah.
Plus a table to mount them on. But it should make our work a little bit easier. It is a little high still, I think. Can the table go down anymore? And right there you are at almost the exact level that we were at before.
That's as low as you can go.
Yeah, plus, here, let me see if I can show you the other table. So there's a table we've been working at. There's this table. It's almost exactly the same height. Actually, maybe even a little lower now. And we have this nice area here that we can set stuff on while we're working, so we don't lose it and we can see it. On this table, we set stuff on the edges, and then we can't find them because we can't physically see them. So I think this is going to really make our life a lot easier. So I'm going to turn off the camera. We're going to put this table on there, and then we're going to get to work. Okay, I have you guys on a bit of a wide shot right now. We're going to spin the table around and check and see how many light bulb simulators we need. We decided for this strip right here, and by we, I mean I did not have time to figure out what was wrong with the strips of lights we had in here, so we're just going to install this type of lighting. Excuse me. But we're going to spin the table over because some of the light bulbs that we have yet to install up here need light bulb simulators, these gray ones, or actually these little gray ones right here. And other ones just need like the white ones here. So we're going to figure out which ones are which, and then we're going to turn it back over like this and start wiring those up. So Mike, you want to get the other end? Isn't that nice? Now, where were we at? We were on these on this side. These are
done. So the question is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one.
Okay, so these need the black style light bulb simulators.
Like this.
Yeah.
This one and this one can take
the gray ones.
The gray ones. Yeah, just like those. So those 2 can be the gray. Then we have something under here. There's 2 that go here.
And those aren't those already? They aren't mounted yet?
They're not mounted yet.
Okay, so those can get the gray ones.
Yep. That's the gray bulb simulators.
And then this one should have a black one, but a gray one would be okay in there. I mean, you can barely see that. You can see it from this angle though. So that should be a black one.
Alright, so these two gray and these two grays, so we got 4 of these. So we can go ahead and install these now.
Okay.
We may be back and forth with this.
Well, that's what's the nice thing about this is, not the other way.
So it can't go past that.
Right.
That's what it looks like. Alright. So we do these. 2, 3, 4. 2 here. These are the black ones, and then these 2. So let me get some screws.
So we still need to install these lights. So
Those are the 2 that go there.
these are the 2 that go here.
Right. And then we can come back here and pick up
Right.
these.
Can you get it from there?
These are pretty small. Was I using this bit?
Weren't you using your like stainless steel looking bit?
I have a stainless steel.
Whatever it was.
It's gotta be it.
Here, you know what? This bit looks like it would work better.
Okay. And you're all charged?
Yep. Not going to there. Okay, so
Is
now, you know, I don't think that's too close to the edge, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is in the area where there's no rail.
Right.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and break this loose and then start running these, right?
Right. So we
Okay.
just need to get a strip with
5.
5 lights in it.
I moved those lights over here. There's a partial. We're already pulled.
And we're gonna. Hey, Mike, why don't you go ahead and, never mind. We'll go ahead and unsolder this nasty wire from
Okay.
these 2. What's the soldering iron here? So I'm gonna stop the regular recording and put you guys in high speed just so you don't have to watch us mucking with all of these little things. So we got all of the lights soldered together. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring a power cord so that we could light these things up and make sure that they were all working. So I live about 5 minutes from here, so I'm gonna run on home and grab a cord, and I'll be back in a little bit. So I'm back, cord in hand. While I was gone, Mike has been working at mounting my first prototype of a holder to hold LEDs for the star rollovers. Get around to the other side so you can see them. So we can put 2 LEDs, one on each side of the star rollover. However, even though the design seemed to fit earlier, it is actually rubbing against the light and the star rollover won't go in. So I'm going to have to redesign that. Probably what I'm going to have to do is make this base a little thicker to lift those LEDs up so that they sit on top of the switch as opposed to beside the switch. So we'll be taking that back off in just a moment. By the way, one of the other really neat things about this new holder thing is the fact that we can mount the board on its side like this and actually work on both sides. So before Mike does anything, why don't I plug the lights in to see how they work.
Just get an extra one of those and leave it down here.
Yeah.
They're working.
Okay.
And
So,
look at that. Look how pretty that is.
it does. It really looks good. Let me get the camera over here. Actually, can we swing this just a little bit more?
I gotta loosen it here.
Actually, that's good. I'm going to take you guys off the tripod for a second so you can see the lights. So the lights that we just added are working fine. And you can see all the other lights on the playfield. They're all really illuminating nicely. This little loose string are the lights that we just put on, and you can see those are all working nicely. And there's the rollover. Boy, in the camera you can really spot where the lights are, but yeah, so that's lighting up really nicely. So anyway, it's coming along. I'll put you guys back on the tripod, put you up in high speed, and we'll continue working. So we pulled the connector or the lights off from behind this rollover, but the rollover is still very sticky. If any of you guys watched our Captain Fantastic videos, you'll remember that Captain Fantastic has like 8 there's 3 there, there's 3 up there, there's 2 at the top. So it has 8 rollovers, and every one of them was sticky like that. And what you have to do is pull the little white star thing out, take some sandpaper or little microfiles and file it. And the problem is, and you can see in the gleam here where this table has been clear coated, the problem is this star thing was designed to work without that clear coat. They installed the plastic in the back and then they clear coated over it, and that closed up the holes a little bit, and you have to manually sand all that stuff out to get that star to work. Okay, we got those lights finally installed individually as opposed to using that 3D printed strip like we were trying to do. But it's all in there nice and neat. We've installed some of these LED simulator things, but we do not like the way they're holding, and we decided that we're going to try a different design. It's actually going to be more like this design where there's just a solid black plug that goes down that holds the light. And then on the back there'll be a screw like this that holds it in place. So I'm going to work on the design of that. So we're not going to install any more of those LED simulator thingies right now. So what we've decided to do, we got about an hour left. We're going to go ahead and start taking the pop bumpers out and see what it takes to retrofit those LED rings into the pop bumpers. Okay, I brought you over here handheld just to show you what I was doing. As it turns out, these pop bumpers don't need any modification at all, really, to change this, and we can do it from the top after everything is done. Mike wants to replace the upper part of the visible part of this, basically this piece and the plastic piece here. And it's kind of hard to see on this one, but like this clip is popped off, broken off. You can see this one has a little ear that sticks out, and that ear is broken off. Focus. Nope. Yeah, that ear is broken off on that one, so it's not there. So this cap is only held on by 2 clips instead of 3. So Mike's going to buy all of these, so we decided that we're going to go ahead and put these back in. Since we can do them from the top and we don't have to unscrew them, we'll go ahead and put them down permanently. One of the things we did want to do is put little washers underneath each of these because the screws are a little too long, and so we will accomplish that, and we'll but we're going to be revisiting these with the new parts when they come in. you guys in here real close to show you the process of converting this light fixture to the LED string. So there are 2 screws in here that I'll have to unscrew. And once I do, this little ring in the center will pull out. Now there's wires attached that used to provide the 5 volts to the light bulbs that were in there, and I'm going to just cut those off because I don't need them anymore. And I'll reach underneath later and get it. Now I can't see the screen, so I'm not sure what you can see there, but you see the little blue fixture in there. That actually just snaps out of there. And once that's out, I can reinstall this. I could probably do that without actually even removing the screws now that I see how easy that was. And Mike, what's all that screw dropping noise over there?
Spacer dropping.
So that gets rid of the old light fixture. And then I have wires soldered onto my new light fixture compared to the other ones, just to make sure that they are the same. Green, black, red, blue. They are. So I take 2 of those wires and slip it down one of these holes. And in a moment I'm going to have to turn the table over to grab these wires and pull that all the way in. So that goes in the other hole, and that's pretty much it. When I pull the wires tight, those will lay flush. I'll take you over to the other one here. You can see the light fixture sitting on there. That sits in there. We're going to tab a couple of drops of hot glue in here to hold it in the orientation we want it to stay in, and then we'll wire that into this string, and that'll be the last of the lights we have to install on the playfield. Well, we have reached the end of our workday. We did get those 3 rings put in there. We cut the wire or unsoldered the wire that used to be soldered over there. And these 2 LEDs, the one LED is going to get installed in that hole right there. And then the end of this wire will get attached to the ends of these wires and make that ring. And then we'll add a runner wire that runs back and connects back up to that thing. And when we're done with that, all of the lights will physically be installed. But then we'll have to look at what we're going to do for these LED lamp holder simulator things. So stand by for next week. And thanks a lot for watching, guys.